She was just 15 when the world stopped and watched her fearlessly take down her idol, Venus Williams, at Wimbledon. A teenager with braided hair, a calm face, and the heart of a warrior. From that moment, Coco Gauff wasn't just another tennis player, she was the symbol of a new generation, bold, confident, and unstoppable. But behind the cheers and the headlines lies a story of extraordinary belief, relentless hard work, and a family that dared to dream big. This is the inspiring journey of Coco Gauff, from a kid with a racket bigger than her arm, to a Grand Slam champion who's redefining what's possible. Coco Gauff was born on March 13, 2004, in Delray Beach, Florida, USA. Her story begins not in a fancy tennis academy, but in a close-knit family that lived and breathed sports. Her father, Coco Gauff, was a basketball player at Georgia State University. Her mother, Candy, ran track at Florida State University. From the start, Coco inherited the DNA of competition and discipline. At just 4 years old, Coco was already fascinated by tennis. Her parents noticed how focused she became every time Serena or Venus Williams appeared on TV. By 6, she was swinging a racket in the driveway. But it wasn't just cute playtime, Coco showed real talent and extraordinary focus for her age. Her parents made a bold decision: they would dedicate their lives to helping Coco chase her dream. Coco left his job to coach her full-time, and the family moved to Atlanta so she could train with better facilities. Soon after, she started training under coach Gerard Loglo and later joined Patrick Mouratoglou's academy in France, the same man who coached Serena Williams. At just 10 years old, Coco was training among Europe's best, sharpening her mental strength and footwork on red clay courts far from home. Her dream was already clear: to be the greatest tennis player of all time. By the time she turned 13, Coco Gauff had already become the youngest finalist in the history of the US Open junior competition. In 2018, at just 14, she won the French Open junior singles title, a moment that made the tennis world take notice. She was fast, fearless, and mentally composed beyond her years. But perhaps what stood out most was her attitude, that blend of humility and hunger. While other teenagers were thinking about parties or social media followers, Coco was waking up before sunrise, hitting hundreds of serves, visualizing matches, and studying her opponents. She once said, "I just want to inspire people, especially young girls, to know that they can dream big and achieve it." Then came the moment that changed everything. Wimbledon 2019. Coco Gauff, 15 years old, a wild-card entry ranked 313th in the world, facing Venus Williams, a 5-time Wimbledon champion and one of Coco's childhood heroes. No one expected much. But Coco? She believed. What followed was one of the greatest upsets in modern tennis history. She defeated Venus in straight sets, 6-4, 6-4. Her reaction wasn't wild celebration, but calm respect. She walked over, thanked Venus, and said, "Thank you for everything you've done, I wouldn't be here without you." That match went viral across the globe. Overnight, Coco Gauff became a sensation. Social media exploded, her interviews trended, and even legends like Michelle Obama and LeBron James congratulated her. But more importantly, Coco had arrived. She wasn't just a story, she was proof that talent plus belief could rewrite the odds. After Wimbledon, the spotlight grew intense. Endorsements, interviews, global attention, all at just 15. But Coco handled it with grace and maturity that stunned even veteran journalists. In a world where fame can break young athletes, Coco's foundation, her family, kept her grounded. Her father stayed by her side as coach and mentor. Her mother managed her education and media commitments. They reminded her that tennis was a blessing, not a burden. Coco continued training, learning, and improving, one match at a time. She didn't win every tournament, but her fighting spirit never faded. Even in defeat, she carried herself with poise, earning the respect of fans and opponents alike. The next few years tested her resilience. She faced tough losses, injuries, and the pressure of expectations. Every analyst was asking, can she really live up to the hype? Coco herself admitted that the mental side was her biggest challenge, learning to be patient, to not rush success, and to trust the process. During the pandemic, she took time to reset. She worked harder than ever, both physically and mentally, emerging more focused than before. And soon, it paid off. 2023, the year everything changed. At just 19, Coco Gauff lifted her first Grand Slam trophy, the US Open women's singles title. It was the culmination of years of effort, tears, and belief. In the final, she defeated Aryna Sabalenka in front of a roaring American crowd. After the match, she dropped to her knees, tears in her eyes. Then she stood up, looked around the stadium, and said, "I've tried my best to carry this with grace. But you know what, I'm just so happy right now." That moment wasn't just a victory. It was history. She became the youngest American to win the US Open since Serena Williams in 1999. And once again, the comparisons to Serena began, but Coco made one thing clear. "I'm not trying to be the next Serena Williams. I'm just trying to be the first Coco Gauff." Off the court, Coco is equally remarkable. She's spoken boldly about social justice, equality, and inspiring young girls around the world. She uses her platform to talk about education, discipline, and kindness. Even when facing criticism or pressure, she responds with grace and maturity. Her humility and intelligence have made her one of the most respected young athletes on the planet. She's living proof that greatness isn't just about winning trophies, it's about character, purpose, and giving back. From a little girl hitting tennis balls in her driveway, to a global superstar standing on the biggest stages in the world, Coco Gauff's journey is a story of faith, family, and fearless ambition. She represents a new era, where young athletes can be powerful, authentic, and socially aware. Her story reminds us that age is just a number, and dreams have no limits. As Coco once said, "I just want people to know that you're never too young to do anything you dream of." And if her journey tells us anything, it's this. When passion meets discipline, and belief meets hard work, impossible becomes inevitable. This is Coco Gauff. The future of tennis. The voice of a generation. And a name the world will never forget. If you found this story inspiring, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more powerful biographies of the world's greatest athletes. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next legend could be you.